Hello everyone, welcome back to the Avalon Guns YouTube channel. My name is Jake and once again we're at Mendip Shooting Ground. On the Mendip Shooting Ground we have of course got the Avalon Guns gun shop as well as our one in street, as you may know. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. If you're returning, thank you for returning and watching us. In today's video we're going to be looking at the brand new Browning Ultra XS Pro AC. So this is a Japanese made Browning. It's really popular in this store, clay gun. We'll go through all the details on that shortly. Before we get into that, as soon as this video reaches 50 likes, we're going to be giving away a Avalon Guns hat, not my own hat, a new one. You can choose a blue or black one. We'll pick someone at random from the comments, so make sure you leave a comment as you'll automatically be entered to win a free hat. So let us know what you think about Mendip Avalon, the Browning in question. Just leave a comment there. Make sure you subscribe as well because you might get a better chance of having the hat, but that will be picked at random. So today's video, what we're looking at is a brand new Browning Ultra XS. So as we receive them, we have them in these cardboard boxes. Inside the cardboard box you've got the Browning ABS travel case. So on these travel cases you've got a handle in the middle and then two combination locks at each end. They've got the combination codes. There's 3 digits. You can manually enter your own unique code on each one. When they come brand new they've got zeros on, so we'll click those open and open up the case. So inside here you've got your Browning owner's manual, there's a certificate which has the serial number on and tells you when it was proofed, and lots of spares. As this is the AC, which stands for all competition or adjustable cone, they haven't put a name to that, that's what we call it. It comes with lots and lots of extras. So first thing we're greeted with is the Browning socks. The gun gets put away in this case in these socks, extra protection. Stops it rusting as well if it goes in damp after you've been shooting in the rain. So there's a sock for the stock and action, and there's another sock for the barrel and forend, so they can neatly get put away in there. As this has just come out of the box, we've got the packaging from the factory on the gun still, and there's lots of foam in here which protects it in transit, which we'll just put to one side for a second. So, starting with the barrel first, we'll get this out and put this gun together. So, take the wrapper off, we've got the forend here, we'll pull that lever out and you can take the forend off, that comes away from the barrel. Lots of you will already know this, but we'll go through it anyway. Wrapper come off the action and stock, top lever goes across, you can then roll your barrel into the action and then cock the top lever across and it clicks in place. Forend just clicks inside the action, give it a little tap at the top, lever goes in and that gun is locked together, ready to go. So before we go through that gun, we'll go on to the spares this comes with. As you can see in here we've got a set of 3 pads. So there's 2 pads here, the large pad which is an Inflex Browning pad, they're available on our website, large, medium on the gun and small. So why you might want to change those pads is to make a different stock length. So as we've said before, stock length is measured from the trigger to the end, the centre at the end of the stock, not from the start of the wood to the end as some people do get modelled up and measure it from. So measure from the trigger to the end, that gives you your stock length. Depending on what size you are, you'll have a different stock length. If you're a little bit shorter and shorter armed, it might be more comfortable to have the smaller pads put on, which is again really easy to put on. There's just 2 screws here, undo those screws, the pad pops off and then you can then replace it with the shorter pads. That will reduce the length of pull. If you want to make it a longer length of pull because you've got long arms and you're very tall, you can put this thicker pad on. That will also help reduce a little bit of the recoil and it makes a longer stock length. Additional to that, you've got an adjustable trigger on this model. So there's a small Allen key inside the case here. You can undo this Allen key. This trigger's on a rail, so it's set with 3 different settings. It comes from factory in the middle setting, but there are an additional setting to make this a longer length of pull or shorter, so the trigger can move forward or backwards. So there's 3 Inflex pads, one's on the gun, 2 spare ones in the case. Next to look at, if you do want to create that extra length again, which would more than likely be used with the longest pad, there are spaces inside here. So there's 2 spaces there, one slightly shorter than the other. You can get the custom length you'd like in there really easily. Fit in them, you take the pad off, put this on to the pad, like so, and then that goes on as one piece, or you can put both spaces on. You might need slightly longer screws to screw that into the stock, and you get a longer length of pull once again. Not commonly used, but people do like to use them and get the correct length of pull. How I use it myself, I just have the medium length one, the standard one that comes on the gun. That seems to work well for me. However, I do adjust this stock, which we'll go into in a moment. So moving forward to this case, there's another Browning case. This is a choke case. So inside there you've got a set of chokes. These chokes are the titanium extended, they're Invector Plus. So with Browning, on the older guns you get Invector chokes, which are very short. They come in flush fitting or extended. This one is Invector Plus, so they're longer inside. The thread starts at the action end of the barrel rather than the muzzle end, so that starts there. And you normally get a steel choke. These ones are upgraded, they're titanium, very, very lightweight, and you get a full set of 8 chokes in here. So we've got 6 inside there, ranging everything you'd need really, and then there is of course 2 fitted inside the gun to make 7 and 8 chokes. Choke preferences, depending on what you're shooting, what the layout is. If it's close shooting or long distance shooting, people do like to change them. It is personal preference on that. It's down to what the shooter wants to put in. We can help advise you, depending on where you're shooting, on what chokes you want to put in. If some people like to change the chokes in between stands, if I go out, I'll use 3/8 and 5/8 or 1/4 and 1/2 and stick with that, just so I let it get to me that it's me that's missing, not the chokes that's missing. But other people do like to change the chokes around. Next box, this is slightly different layout inside this one. So same size as the choke box, but you've got all the accessories inside here. So to start with, we'll go through the triggers. There's 3 triggers with this gun. On the gun at the moment, it's just the straight trigger. You've also got a right-handed trigger, so you'll see on that trigger a slight bend and curve, so it's just more comfortable from the trigger hand and the finger coming from the right side. It's curved towards your finger, so that's a personal preference again. Some people like that. And then the last one to show you is, rather than having a smooth trigger, you've got this checkered trigger, which is a little bit of grip. Again, some people prefer that, they like the feel of that. Next thing we've got are the 3 Allen keys. There's a small one, a medium one and a large one. The large one you can adjust the stock with, so into the back of the pad. All of your pads on these guns, by the way, have the hole cut out to get to the Allen key for the adjustable stock. A normal pad, which you may see on our website, you'd need to drill in and create that hole, because they won't all have this on adjustable guns. So 1 Allen key will go into that hole, and you can then sit that inside there to adjust the stock. So just undo that one once that Allen key's in there. You can then move the stock around. Fitting stocks isn't always easy. You can do it at home, as I'm doing it here now. You can also come into our gun shop. You can come into Street and see Bryce, come into Mendip and see Tony if they're available. Maybe give them a call beforehand if you want to do that, and they can help with the gun fit and measure you up and the gun up to make sure you've got the correct length and the correct height and cast on the gun, because it is important to get a correct fitting gun. This one I would have slightly higher for myself. We'll just pull this off so you can see the legs. When that's removed, you can see the adjustable stock here inside the stock. There's legs here. You can undo these screws and move these pieces left and right, which will then move the comb position left and right if you'd like to create more cast to where your cheek position will be. On this instance, we're just going to change the height of it. So where it was at factory at the bottom, we're going to just have a little play around with it and make it slightly higher, and then tighten that back off. Being here at Mendip Shooting Ground, you can of course go out and try the gun once you've had it fitted. There is tape measures we'd use to be exact, and then keep playing around with it until we got the right pitch. This one for me, we would play around with. Tony would be looking at this end of the gun and make sure my eye's in the right area, and we wouldn't just go off one adjustment, we could just keep playing and moving up and down, left and right, until we got the correct pitch. But that's just showing you how easy it is to adjust the stock on these ones. So that's the first Allen key sorted. The next Allen key is used for the weights, which on this gun you've got weights for both inside the forend in between the barrel, which we'll show you where they can go in a second, and we've also got weights which go inside the stock. So on this weight for the stock, you can undo this nut, and it does tell you on each weight how much each one is, and you can take out whichever you like to create the correct extra weight. If you would like extra weight, that is, this will change the handling of the gun, how you're moving the gun. It's down to personal preference again. Lots of people just put the whole weight stack inside the stock and have it heavier. You can put individual pieces in and have it how you like. So that screws up, the nut screws on to hold that all in, and then this will then bolt. Take your recoil pad off, and it will go inside the stock in there and screw on inside there, so it's secure. Put the pad back on and you've got the extra weight inside the stock then. For the forend weights, well, in between the ribs on the barrel I should say, if you take the forend off with a lever, you can then see underneath the forend that there's a gap here which you can put the weights. So that's one place you can put the weights, but this does of course depend on where you want the extra weight. If you'd like it on your left hand, if your right hand that is, under the forend, you can, as Tony's told me, put these weights on the outside. To some people they might be a little bit of an eyesore, and that's why it's good to have them under the forend, because they'll, if that weight is sat there under the forend, you'll clip this back on and no one will know you've got this extra weight on there because it sits and is hidden underneath the forend. But other people won't mind about that, and you can sit the weight where you like, where you feel comfortable on the rib. So you've got two of these, one has screws already on and one doesn't, so you can sit that weight there. One goes on the underside, and then inside the box there you can screw straight down in through the rib onto the other weight. It might take a little bit of fiddling around with to get the hole central, and then the Allen key, just do that up on there, and that will have your weight screwed into the sides. Again, it's something you want to play around with, because you could have it at different lengths of the barrel to create more weight at the end. This will keep your swing going, and you might want it under the forend to give you more of a sharp swing and stop where you like. That can be unscrewed easily. It's got two screws there to secure it onto the rib. So that's that. Forend back on, that just slides on there with a push. Final pieces inside the spares, you've got the the Browning, Invector Plus choke key. So that goes onto the end, into the barrel. They call this a T-wrench, and that one can be really fast operating to take your chokes out. So there we go, there's one choke out. And the second choke out. So that choke key is really handy. Other guns just have plastic keys, it's not as easy, but when you've got the wrench style, it's really fast to get them in and out. So back to the gun. Out of the guns we've got in the shop, other comparable models. In the Browning range, there's a Browning 725 Pro Master or Pro Sport. This one is built on the 525 action, being the Ultra XS Pro AC. It's the latest variant of the Ultra XS. There are other models, Ultra XSs. This is the Pro AC. With all the Pro ACs, you do get all these spares here in the UK. This model, so like I say, it compares to the 725, it also compares to a Beretta 694 and some Caesar Greenies here. Lots of guns it compares to. At the moment here in this store, this is the most popular selling gun. Lots of customers up here like this gun. There's many seen on the clay circuits just because they are really good value and great handling. Again, as we've said, Inflex pads. You've got grade 4 woodwork on this one, so you do get a really nice figure on the walnut. This is Turkish walnut. We've also got the trap forend, so some people call it a wide forend, which is a preference again. You can have two types of forend. These come with the trap forends, they're wider, they've got a groove at the top here and then checkering all along the bottom. The weight on this gun is 8 pounds and 2 ounces. They do vary slightly depending on the density of the wood. They can go down to 8 pound and up a little bit further than 8 pound 2 ounces. In kilograms, that's 3.7 kilograms for people that work in those. Onto the barrel, we've got a ventilated top rib here and ventilated side ribs. The actual rib itself is reverse tapered, so you've got 13mm wide at the top. It then goes down to 11mm wide at the bottom. Mid bead is white. End bead is white, so you can set those up and make your figure of 8 with 2 matching beads. They're both white. They can be changed though. That's just on a thread there. Engraving, lastly, it's got some scroll engraving with a gold border. Really nice finishing touches, not too over the top. This gun is mainly built to make a practical play gun and the best handling they can for the money. So they haven't gone over the top on engraving and made it too flash. We like it like that. It's a nice polished look in the middle. It says XS Pro on both sides. If there's any more information you'd like to see on this gun, please let us know in the comments, and anything you'd recommend we can video for you next time, let us know. Once again, thanks for watching and please make sure you subscribe.